Purdue, and Grand Valley State. Those are the 6 finishes there in that race. Up next, we're going to have the men's freshman novice 8. We're going to the starting line right now. Let's take a look at the lane assignments. Lane 6, Virginia. We have Bucknell, University of Delaware, and Drexel. This could be a good battle here. And then Western Ontario and the Boilermakers of Purdue University. The men's freshman novice 8 underway right now live on 6 ABC.
Yeah, nice clean start here from all 6 boats.
Drexel got off to a nice lead.
Ontario, so that's the other part actually closer to Michigan, if you will. Of course, you're on the way to Windsor.
Making this truly an international race.
It is truly an international race. Had very, very fast qualifying times in the heats and semifinals, as did the Drexel Dragons and the Delaware men. So their lanes 2, 3, and 4, they would be our presumable favorites, but Boilermakers off to a very aggressive start here in lane 1 on our right side of the screen.
Now, Alex, talk about the training involved leading up to the Dad Vail this year. The rough winter had an impact on the amount of time that you get out there on the river, right?
Yes, for many crews, not just the more northern ones in Canada. Even here in Philadelphia, we had a couple races at the beginning of the season that were canceled just because the river was still frozen.
Yeah, the river freezing. Look, remember how cold it was? It was so cold so many days during that winter. They're making that turn, the 12-degree turn. Ferdinand, it doesn't seem like much, but it can be a lot.
Well, we as rowers wouldn't really notice that very much, but Alex in her seat would, you can see the buoys, has to steer in between the buoy lines there, so it becomes a something to point towards, something to aim for.
So yeah, it looks like Western Ontario at this point is a little bit ahead of you.
The horses we pull really hard.
You just keep rowing.
Yeah, we just do as we told.
Heads forward, heads forward. This is a pretty tight race right here.
Listen to the commands. Yeah, well, we're only about 600 meters into the race, or 650 meters into the race as we cross.
This is where they go out of their lane, right there.
But it looks like you can see Purdue crowding Western Ontario there from lanes 1 and 2. Doesn't look like Western Ontario took that turn, the 12-degree turn, as good as they should have, and they're slightly out of the falling back there.
Right there, we throw out the term lactic acid a lot, and it's a rowing term, and I'm sure once again a lot of people at home know exactly what we're talking about. But once that's being produced in the body, that's when you're really pushing yourself to the limit, right?
Yeah, that's right. So aerobic capacity is when your body can properly process the oxygen and you can move right along and you don't start to suffer too much. And anaerobic is when the blood cells, they're running out of oxygen, and lactic acid is actually a byproduct of not having enough oxygen in the cells.
Let's take a look at the previous winners of this race, the men's freshman novice heavyweight 8s. Over the last 10 years, you see that Drexel came in first there.
You can see the Drexel boat. You can't see the Udall boats covered by names.
Favorites in this race this year right now. Marietta, which won the first Dad Vail Regatta back in 1934, won it in 2012. St. Joseph's, another great program. You can see there on the leaderboard there a couple times over the last 10 years. Right now, we're looking for this, and I know it's still early in the race, but this could be a good battle between Drexel and Delaware.
So it looks like I mentioned earlier that lanes 2, 3, 4, Western Ontario, Drexel, and Delaware were the favorites because of the lane. It looks like Western Ontario was steering so poor under the bridge that they actually physically stopped the race because they didn't want to encroach on the Boilermakers in lane 1 there. So they stopped and they fallen completely off the pace.
Wow.
Yeah.
How often does that happen?
I would say not very often, but you know, in the heat of battle, sometimes you lose focus, and that's not just for the rowers, but also for the coxswains. You really need to execute that race strategy. You really need to focus on what you're doing.
All right, Alex, did the coxswain mess up there?
That would be the coxswain's fault there under the bridge if that was into the other lane, yeah.
Wow.
And that's where the Philly schools do have a slight advantage rowing on their home course.
Because of that slight turn, and most regattas are straight on, right? No turns whatsoever.
Well, yeah, it depends on what body of water you actually train on, but yes, some of the
You know what's pretty good, your timing?
championship to qualify as a quote-unquote national championship where they record times and stuff, it's got to be dead water, not moving water like a river, like the Schuylkill River we're in now. So it'd have to be a dead water and then a complete restraint course.
Temple women came in first place in the previous race, the women's freshman A. Let's go to Aaron Ahern at the finish line.
Hey, Matt, and we've got a hometown win at Temple University. Congratulations. Thank you. Winners of the freshman 8. Now tell me, this is a huge deal. Not only because you won, but the program got cut last year and then reinstated in February. Talk about
Yeah, this would have been a great story to give some real time to.
It was really important for us to win. We did so much for this win. We worked so hard, and as a program, everyone pushed us from the top, and it's so incredible to be here. And without rowing, I wouldn't have my best friends and this feeling, and that's awesome. Congratulations, you guys. Awesome job. Are you going to celebrate later? I hope so. All right, Temple University, we got the hometown win, Matt.
Drexel University,
Looking terrific here, very, very strong all the way to the finish. He looks to be
University
a
of Delaware.
one length victory over University of Delaware, and it's going to be as a squeaker for the bronze medal there. And it's either going to be either